Hi, and welcome to this next video in the series of how you can grow your property investing, or if you're other side of the UK pond or around the world, your real estate investing or property development businesses through your use of LinkedIn. I'm having a bit of a laugh because I've just recorded this and I want to share some screen with you and show you some things. And I shared the wrong screen and recorded it all, and all you could see was a Word document of mine, which is no good. If you've looked at previous videos in this series, you will have seen that we've talked about how important your personal profile is to get you found, prove value to the reader, get more engagement, and prove your credibility as an investor so you can make more contacts and do more deals and find more cash. And we've talked about the banner, the photo, your name, the headline, the about section, the experience sections. And what I'm going to jump into on this video is show you how you can utilize the education section, the endorsement sections, and the recommendation sections. And remember rule number one, LinkedIn is huge. It's got functionality and stuff. Some you may or may not like or see the value of it. My rule is, it is what it is. It's there. Let's look at how we can utilize it to serve us. Okay, so before we go any further, it'd be great if you hit the subscribe button here, set your notifications on so you get notice of other videos I'm pushing out. I'm on a big commitment to share so much great content in 3 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, around everything you can do around LinkedIn to grow your business, because it is such an underutilized tool. I've been coaching property investors for over 10 years on how to utilize LinkedIn. I used to run a one-on-one coaching program before COVID. My investors would pay me £3,000 over 3 months. I coached them through all of this stuff. And in COVID, I put it all into an online course. So you've got it forever, and it goes into all these sections we're covering here in far more depth. And you've got it to revisit, and you've got downloadable documents of crib sheets and magic messages and the deeper psychology around marketing, because that's really what this is. And you'll see a link underneath the video here to my LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors. If that's where you're at and you want that, jump in. If you do buy it, drop me a message and we can keep track of how you're getting on and answer any questions. Ask me any questions you want in the comments below. Tell me where you are and what you're doing within property and what you want to know about LinkedIn. I will personally respond to every message. And of course, connect with me on LinkedIn. You will get some automated messages from me. That's a topic for future videos on how you can be connecting with your ideal contact and engaging with your existing contacts day in, day out. You can ignore the messages that come into you. When you message me, I will respond to every inbound message. And you'll also see below there's a link to a free download called the 9 Points to Creating a Powerful Personal Profile. It's yours, download it. It reinforces this series of videos, gives you some more thoughts and ideas you can be doing, because so many people are on LinkedIn and there's so much opportunity for you to grow your property investing business. So let's jump straight in. See if I can share the right screen this time. What I want to show you is the education section. Remember in earlier videos, I talked about how I'm reticent to put qualifications after my name, how it might alienate some people. LinkedIn is good. There's a section here, if it's relevant. And certainly in property, there's a lot of financial associated businesses. I do a lot in the financial services industry, and often qualifications and education is important to prove your credibility. Those of you in the UK who know Simon Zucci, one of the biggest property investor training businesses, people will recognize that mastermind and what that means. I do a lot of coaching. People understand NLP. It's important. But I've also put my schools up there, because I've had people find and connect with me because they were searching for the school. So remember, the sections are here. Think about how you can utilize them to serve you and make it relevant. Volunteer experience could be the same thing. And I jump to skills and endorsements. And I get a lot of people going, I don't see the point of these and the value. Quite right. And I don't put as much value on this as the next bit we're going to look at. But here's a hack. Here's a thing to think about. Populate it. It's there, so let's use it. Think of your skills and endorsements as search terms you want to be found for. So when I work with MDs of businesses and CEOs, and they've got skills up there of leadership and management, I go, what do you want to be found for? Oh, well, we sell widgets. Well, why don't you put widgets in there? Makes sense. And then, of course, you've got to collect endorsements because LinkedIn tells you here how many you've got. And if you haven't got many, people could take a snapshot view and think, is he very credible? Now, I don't spend a lot of time on this. I apply the global principle of the law of reciprocity. I was going to say, go read so-and-so's book. It'll come to me in a minute. Malcolm Gladwell. Zig Ziglar said, if I help enough people get what they want, they'll give me what I want. So the easiest way is go and endorse people that you're connected with, that you know. The amount of people that endorse me and I've never even met them or worked with them is bonkers. But go and endorse people you genuinely know you can endorse from a values perspective, and they will tend to endorse you back. So there's an ongoing thing there. In a future video, I'm going to talk about my formula for success, which is MA times RS times C equals R. Those of you that are watching this that know me, you can put in the comments box what that is. But suffice to say, you need to be building up skills and endorsements. And it's actually the next bit, the recommendations, us Brits might call them testimonials, that I think is really powerful. And remember in an earlier video, I said, wear two hats. Think about where else you can use these strategies in your business. It stuns me. Virtually everybody I meet says, yeah, I get word of mouth business. I say, great, is that the easiest to sell to? Yeah, it's easy to sell. It's been referred to me. And do you have a consistent process in place to ask everybody for recommendations and testimony and referral business? No. Well, I've just put up an ebook on Amazon called Referral Business Made Easy. By all means, buy that. And if it is of value, I'd love what do you call it? Feedback. What do you call it? Endorsements on there, because I'm looking to bump the sales and exposure of that up. It's full of templates and examples of how you can get referral business. Part of that is third-party testimony, recommendations. If I tell you I'm good, you might go, yeah, right, hairy boy. But if my client says this guy's really good, I've made this amount of money and done this, you're more likely to listen and engage. Now, there is an art and a skill to getting recommendations and getting powerful testimonials and then using them and the way to ask for them. And we drill down into that in psychological scripted ways and methodology on how to do that on that LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors online course I talked about. But suffice to say, people don't think about what they say. So they may just give you fluff. They haven't thought about this as a strategy. If you look at this top one that I've got here, this is a guy who recently bought the online course, LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors. Thank you, Andy. Excellent training. I'm utilizing LinkedIn Mastery. The course material is excellent. Thank you. And I'm very impressed with the delivery. Thank you. With more knowledge, I feel that I can now get much more out of LinkedIn. That's okay. But then if you look at Lorraine below, Lorraine is a long-time client and now friend of mine. She used to be an accountant, and you can probably tell I invoiced £59,036.56 in client revenue as a result of one thing Andy taught me about LinkedIn. I wasn't salesy. I didn't send a million messages. It's just about a strategy, not just hoping clients will jump out at you. And that's powerful, isn't it? Because those numbers will grab you. If you're interested in generating more revenue, that's going to stand out and resonate with you. And I meet so many property investors who say, I don't like sales. I don't want to be salesy. If I hear that one more time, you've got to learn to sell. You've got to learn to market and sell. But she put that in there. It was important to her, but she also knew she was giving me a testimonial that I could be using, a recommendation could be using elsewhere. And these are powerful. You constantly want to be building testimonials because, look, they're dated. But also, I had a client the other day in financial services and property said halfway through a sales call, which I should have preempted at the front, but he said, how do I know you can really help me? I said, have you had a look at any of the 139 recommendations I've got on LinkedIn? And have you had a look at any of the video testimonials that are up there? And actually below this video, there's a link to a great video testimonial from a client of mine, Tim Matcham, who's an author on Rights on How to Raise Finance for Your Property Investing, talking about the acres of land deals and the hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of cash investors he's found through his use of LinkedIn. So I cannot emphasize enough the power of recommendations and testimonials. And as I say, on the LinkedIn online course that I've got that's listed below, we go into more detail about how to ask people specific psychologically based questions to ask people so that they focus in on power content rather than just fluff. Have a look through mine. You'll see a whole bunch of mixed ones. And then where else we talk about where else you can use them, what else you can do, what happens if people say they'll give you one and don't, and how to ask, and all the sort of things. We'll go into a lot more detail because it really is a power strategy in the whole of your business. So I know that's of some value and there's some homework to do. I'll come back to camera. Somebody said I should. And the reason is I say, I don't care what you think about me. And I get a lot of people thinking differently about me. I care about what you go away and do. So hit the subscribe, hit the notifications. Let me send you notice of other videos I'm putting. And importantly, take some action on some of this stuff. Download the 9 points of powerful profile. Ask me any questions you want in the comments below. Anything you want to know about property investing and LinkedIn, especially with it. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I will respond to every message you've got. Go and take action, and I'll see you on the next video.